Hello there people, this is Bruce Cool or nintenbruce here, back again with another deck recipe for Yu-Gi-Oh! The September 2013 ban list format. And as always guys, I've got something special for you. So as you can tell by the name, this is my Blue Reshef deck. As it implies, there is blue inside it. You've got Reshef inside it. For those of you that don't know or even have heard of Reshef the Dark Being, don't worry, I'll cover effects and stuff shortly. But I just thought I'd say that since the release of the Blue Eye starter deck for TCG, this deck is at its full potential, I believe. I don't think there's anything else that they can really bring out to make it better, but obviously I'll be keeping my eye out for it. So, as always, we'll go through the monsters, then the spells, then the traps, and we'll cover off any combos in between as well. So starting off, we have 3 Alexandrite Dragons. For those of you that are thinking it's just a beat stick, don't get me wrong, it is a beat stick, but you've got so many other things you can combo it with, like there's advanced ritual art, there's Dragon Shrine, Silver's Cry, there's even things like decent XYZ monsters for it, synchro summons. There's tons of stuff you can do with it. What I'm trying to get across, although it's a very nice 2000 attack monster, don't think of it as just a simple beat stick. And that same goes with Blue Eyes White Dragon. Very, very nice vanilla monster at 3000 attack. Obviously choose the designs you fancy, but I feel to pay tribute you always have to have that good old starter deck Kyber version in there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yes, very nice beat stick, but comboing with so much here, whether it's payment for things like trade-in or the ritual costs, whether you're going to special summon it, there's tons of things. Again, I'll cover the rest of it, but you have to run 3, and more often than not you're going to be special summoning it. You're not going to normal summon it at all. If you really wanted to, you probably could, but I've never had the need to normal summon it through normal 2 months to get rid of, and yeah, just have it out there. So yeah, there we have it. 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Run them. 1 Honest. You guys should know what it is by now. You drop it in the middle of an attack or a battle with you know, and someone else's monster, and you gain their attack points on top. That's why it's at 1. That's why you only need 1. And that's why everyone's heard of it. 2 Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Now 3 is way too many here, it really is, and once you drop this, people know what, well, half of your deck essentially, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. For those of you that don't know about this card though, when it's targeted for an attack, you can simply change its battle position whilst negating the attack as well, and simply special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from either your hand, deck or graveyard. Absolutely brilliant. And if that's not enough, if it's targeted by an effect, whether that be monster, spell or trap, then you can special summon again a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck, hand or graveyard. Absolutely amazing card. And on top of that, once you drop it, yes, people will know half of what you're playing, but there'll be more what's the word? I won't use the word scared, but they'll think very, very carefully before attacking. More than likely, if they're going to attack, then they've got something to counter a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So just remember that. But if they can't do anything, then you know you're all good. And also, very, very good synchro monster, which I'll cover later. Remember, it's a tuner. If you're mind controlling something, you can simply drop this and sync it, just to waste, you know, your opponent's card. But whatever. Very, very good card. Definitely run 2 of them. You then have, as per usual, the 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands, as is with any ritual deck that I create. For those of you that don't know, Manju, when it's normal or flip summoned, you simply add a ritual card, well, of your choice, whether it be a monster or a spell card. Brilliant. And yes, it's only got 1400 attack, but 1400 attack isn't too bad in this kind of meta. It can bump into things in defense position. It's a nice little card to have. If you really wanted to, you could probably put in a Senju or 2 Senjus even, but I would advise against it because that'll be less spells for Reshef's effect anyway. You know, 3 Manju I find is good enough. We then go into 3 of the White Stone of Legend. Brilliant little card. For those of you that don't know, when it's sent to the graveyard, you simply add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the hand. Simple as that. It's a tuner as well. It just, yeah, it's there for payments of things usually. We then have 1 Thunder King Rai-Oh. For those of you that don't know its ability, it can usually negate Exceed summons as well as Synchro summons. Basically any summon which is inherent, meaning that doesn't really start a chain, I guess. But yeah, very nice at 1900 attack as a beat stick. On top of that, stops, well, both of you adding cards from the deck to your hand. So remember, once this is out on the field and face up, you can't be wasting things like the White Stone of Legend, not unless you synchro into it with Thunder King Rai-Oh, but yeah, you can't use that. You can't use Pot of Duality. I think that's actually about it saying that, but just be very careful how you use this. And now again, the other big beastie of the deck, Reshef the Dark Being. So in a nutshell, it's a monster card version of Change of Heart. For those of you that weren't around in the Legend of Blue Eyes days, that basically means you grab an opponent's monster, no matter what the battle position, and you can attack with it as well. You still give it back at the end of the turn, but more than likely you're going to be Exceed summoning with it, or Synchro summoning with it, or even on top of that, you could be, finishing it for game. There's so much attack power here. Usually you end up with Reshef and Blue Eyes out at the same time, usually. Yes, it's an 8-star, so there's not much support for it in terms of ritual, but you know what, that's where the Blue Eyes comes in. Brilliant card. Oh yeah, I didn't even cover its cost. So discard a spell card to activate the Change of Heart effect. It is brilliant. I can see why people don't want to play it, but you know what, it never even got its time when it was released either. So Reshef the Dark Being, there you go guys. Going into spells now, a Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. Not many people expecting this unless you're in the whole E-Dragon thing or Dragon Rulers, whatever they are. For this kind of deck you never usually get it. So Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, it's your Heavy Storm. Return a level 5 or higher Dragon type monster you control to the owner's hand. Brilliant, and bearing in mind that's what you control, so if you take control of an opponent's E-Dragon, you can use this and then go crazy with it. It's amazing, it really is. 2 advanced ritual arts there, so you've got more than one target here. You've got Alexandrite Dragons, 2 Alexandrite Dragons rather, or the 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon to get Reshef out very easily. Then got Burst Stream of Destruction, because why not? It's a fun card. For those of you that don't know, when Blue Eyes White Dragon is out, you use it, it's Raigeki, destroys all of your opponent's monsters no matter what the battle position. Yes, Blue Eyes White Dragons, period, can't attack that turn, but remember Reshef or anything else can. Absolutely amazing card there. We then have a Dark Hole just in case. Dragon Shrine, so usually you're going to either bung Alexandrite Dragon, or I kind of prefer bunging Blue Eyes White Dragon in there first, and then you can bung in the White Stone of Legend afterwards for the second side effect of a Dragon Shrine, and then you end up with the Blue Eyes in your hand. Yep, lovely little card. It's kind of like a dragon version of Foolish Burial, but a bit better. Final Ritual of the Ancients, that is the normal ritual card for Reshef the Dark Being, only run one of those. Got a Foolish Burial, got a Mind Control, again so much you could do with this. Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 for 1, so you're usually going to use the payment in your hand of the Blue Eyes White Dragon or the White Stone of Legend, and bust out either a Maiden with Eyes of Blood or maybe another White Stone Legend. Did I say Eyes of Blood? I think I did. Eyes of Blue, that's what I mean. Oh, pardon me, there's a burp as well, how about that? We then have 2 Pot of Duality. Yes, you can't special summon the turn that you activate it, but that searching is essential, it really is. You then have 2 Silver's Cry, so target a dragon type normal monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, you can only activate 1 Silver's Cry per turn. Fair enough, you're going to be aiming for Blue Eyes White Dragon usually, and you could even exceed into, exceed with Alexandrite Dragon if you wanted to. So bust that out, then use the payment of Digusto to get Blue Eyes White Dragon back out from the graveyard anyway. Yeah, so much you could do with Silver's Cry again. You then have 2 trade-ins, so say if you've bumped into too many Reshefs in your hand, or if you've got that Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, use it. Trap-wise, we then got Compulsory Evacuation Device, 2 Royal Decrees, and Torrential Tribute. Now, it is possible to mess around so you have 1 extra trap if you like having a Mirror Force in there, or if you like the extra Royal Decree, because there are so many people playing traps here, there really are. But I prefer to have this kind of combination anyway. It's a nice combination, what can I say? So, moving into the extra deck now, you have Balmung, or Underworld Fighter Balmung, however you want to pronounce it anyway. You've got 2 Catastors, you've got Black Rose Dragon, Crimson Blader, Stardust, 2 Azure Eye Silver Dragon. So just remember the cost, or rather the synchro materials needed for that, is 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. So whether that be, non-tuner normal monsters, that's what I meant to emphasise on, not the non-tuner side of it. So whether that be the 2 Alexandrite Dragons or a Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's how you're going to get it out. Its effect, When this card is special summoned, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Amazing effect there, and on top of that, once per turn during your standby phase, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Usually that's going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon. It is an amazing card, and I've just noticed that. Have you looked at the card print that the attack and defense is only 400 and 200? Yeah, that is really weird. 400 attack and 200 defense on the card print, the actual gallery there. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, moving on. Mistworm, you've then got, for the Exceeds, you've got 2 Digusto Emerald. Very, very important there. I prefer this over Princess Cologne because Digusto Emerald, you can activate its effects kind of whenever you want. It rather more suits you rather than waiting for your opponent to destroy a monster. And obviously its cost, you know, discard or rather get rid of an XYZ material, and usually you'll be targeting a non-effect monster in your graveyard, special summoning it, or you can target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into your deck and draw 1 card, whether that be a combination of Manju of Blue Eyes and a Reshef, or you guys know the score there. But yeah, very, very important. 2 of those. Diamond Direwolf just in case. Star Liege Paladinamo, absolutely love this card as well. So you detach both materials, you target a face-up monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0 and its effect is negated. Fantastic. On top of that, even, you know, whether you use the cost or you don't, when it's destroyed, you draw a card. Fantastic. You then got number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Its effect, very, very strange. But basically you have to wait till, well, you could do one of 2 things because it's got 2 effects here. You can attach an XYZ material from the card at the start of the battle phase, okay, to negate the effects of all other face-up monsters currently on the field, and also their attack and defense becomes their original attack and defense, which is nice. And then on top of that, during that battle phase, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, this card gains 1000 attack. So whether that be through traps, quick play spell, or monster effect, it gains 1000 attack, and then it gains the ability to make a second attack during that battle phase as well. So remember, it doesn't get the second attack in the battle phase just normally, it has to be while your opponent activates something. And then you've got the Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. Easy effect to use. Discard or tribute any number of monsters to destroy the same value of monsters on your, the same number of cards on your opponent's side of the field. Bearing in mind, you could discard the White Stone of Legend. You'll get a Blue Eyes White Dragon back to your hand as well. Yeah, this is, I find I've used this one more than a Tachyon Dragon, but you know, both are very, very good regardless. Side deck now, you've got a Neospatian Grand Mole to get rid of those annoying special summons which keep on popping out. 2 Tragodia. I mean, bearing in mind you've only got 90 monsters in this deck, so if you want a few more, or if you want to stop the OTKs, then Tragodia is very nice to have. Bearing in mind you can change the level and exceed summon, or take your opponent's monster. Yeah, it's a fantastic card. I would really like to main deck him, but there just isn't enough room that I can see anyway. You've got an extra Wingbeat, a Giant Dragon. Book of Moon, Monster Gate, because you're mainly going to get Blue Eyes White Dragon out of there. 2 Beckoning Lights, brilliant little card there. Again, it recycles the rituals, and if you aim for gaining Manju and Honest, obviously Honest is nice anyway, but aiming for Manju means you can draw out those ritual cards again from your deck. Bottomless, Dimensional Prison, Mirror Force, Return from Different Dimension, Soul Drain, because you're not going to be relying on the graveyard unless it's the White Stone of Legend. Yeah, it's beautiful. The Transmigration Prophecy. Now this one is very nice. Besides targeting your opponent's card, whether it be E-Dragons or whatever, you can bring your own stuff back to your deck. So whether it be another Blue Eyes White Dragon, like you've bumped into that final Advanced Ritual Art and you know there are no more Blue Eyes White Dragons or Alexandrite Dragons in the deck, then play this. Pops Blue Eyes White Dragon back into the deck. Amazing. This is more disruption, so again, make sure you know your opponent's deck before siding it in. And then we've got an extra Trap Stun. You could use Trap Stun or Royal Decree again. The main thing is that you want to stop your opponent activating anything and just finishing people with a big Blue Eyes Reshef attack. So, that is my Blue Reshef deck. I think I've said it before anyway, but it is a ridiculously fun deck to play with. Super original. And not many people, well, no one knows about Reshef really, not in Duels anyway. So this is a nice surprise to bust out. So as always, pop your comments in the section below, let me know your thoughts, and until next time guys, you take care, and I will see you again soon.